12 years ago, I traded city noise for birdsong and moved into a quiet cottage in the Finnish countryside. I knew I was going against the grain. Choosing this kind of life means closing some doors. I'm not living in a way that's often seen as normal. I'm not driven by a career or a prestigious title. I don't dream of a new house in the suburbs. I rarely go shopping. Actually, I try to avoid it. And I'm perfectly happy buying things second-hand. There was a time when I felt too different, like I was doing something wrong. But now, I know that living in this peaceful corner of the world makes me feel grounded. Having time to slow down and savor the little moments has become one of my greatest joys. This lifestyle is not for everyone, and it doesn't need to be. But it makes me happy, and there's no guilt in choosing what brings you peace. Over time, I realized that much of the pressure I felt came from guilt. Guilt about not doing more, not being more, not living the way others expected. But slowly, I began to let go of that weight. Here are some of the things I stopped feeling guilty about. They have helped me simplify life and live more intentionally. I'm an introvert and a highly sensitive person. And when I was in my 20s, in college, I used to go to parties, but then I often felt like an outsider. I felt like I didn't really belong. I used to feel guilty about being like that. Why couldn't I be an extrovert? Why couldn't I be more social? And over the years, I have learned some tricks that make it easier to socialize, make it easier to get to know new people. But they are just tricks, and they don't change the way I am at my core. And I've come to realize that it's completely okay to love spending time alone. It doesn't mean that I don't enjoy meeting my friends. That can be a lot of fun. But I often feel like I need solitude to recharge my batteries. Sometimes I read the same books over and over again. I might watch the same movies frequently. In this fast-paced world, we have an incredible amount of content and stories available to us. And that's a good thing, but it can also feel like a burden sometimes. You know that feeling when you're on Netflix and you just can't decide which movie to watch. For me, it often feels safe to know how the book is going to end, or the movie. I can enjoy the ride without the anxiety or excitement of not knowing the ending. Sometimes I even take a look at the ending of the book while I'm still reading it for the first time. And I know most people probably find this silly, but for me it makes the experience more enjoyable. We are told by society to be more efficient, more productive, more useful. On social media and here on YouTube, you can see influencers giving you tips on how to wake up 5 a.m. just to get ahead of everybody else in the game. And while there's nothing wrong with being productive as such, it's a good thing. We need to remind ourselves that nobody can be productive all the time. We need rest, we need to take breaks. Being self-employed, I can decide for myself how I structure my work time. And after having had a pretty bad burnout a few years ago, I really need to be careful about this. If I notice that I'm going back into the burnout mode, or that my nervous system is in fight or flight for a longer period of time, I need to take action, meaning that I need to take more breaks or adjust the way that I'm working. Sometimes I just give myself the whole day off if my work schedule allows for it. And the main thing is that you shouldn't feel guilty about resting or needing to rest. And you shouldn't compare yourself to others when it comes to the amount of rest you need. After all, we might be in different situations in life. I used to be bad at setting boundaries. I used to let other people walk all over me. I felt like their needs were more important than mine. Then I went overboard. I thought that setting boundaries meant being aggressive. But that's not it at all. Setting boundaries can be done gently while respecting the boundaries of other people. It's not a problem at all to be kind and assertive at the same time. I have accepted that I'm a work in progress. I sometimes still have anxiety. I don't have it all together. Sometimes I feel completely lost, and that's okay. I don't have to be perfect, and my life doesn't have to be perfect. And I would say that that's how it is for most of us. You might have these people in your circle of friends who seem to have the perfect life, but that could be a facade. Being honest and willing to learn and grow is much more important than having a life that just seems perfect to everybody else, but you feel empty inside. Perfection lies in the little things and the little moments, in your ability to stay present. To conclude, I would like to share some updates on this sweater that I'm wearing right now. I finished it recently and I've already worn it several times. I absolutely love it. It's the Poet pullover by the Finnish knitwear designer Sari Nordlund. She has other knitwear with the same kind of lace motif than this one, so definitely check it out if you're someone who likes to knit. I knitted it with this yarn. It's Yertegan Organic Trio. It's a blend of merino wool, silk and cotton, and it has this kind of rustic look that I absolutely fell in love with. And the design is perfect for this kind of spring weather. At least here in Finland it's pretty chilly still. So this is something that you can wear as a layering piece for the chilly nights in the summer or for the transitional seasons. This yarn is fingering weight yarn, and I knitted the sweater off gauge. My gauge is loose, so I had to modify a bit. But I definitely recommend both the yarn and the pattern. So this is it today. Thank you for watching as always. Remember to take care of yourself. See you in the next video. Bye bye!